Good afternoon, viewers and subscribers. Welcome to MPEC TV. I am Howard Wilson. Today we'll be talking about Chelsea Football Club. It's a while, maybe a week and a half since I've released my last Chelsea video, mainly because it's the same thing floating over and over again. So I'll be touching on a little Chelsea matter today, and I hope you'll find this video benefiting. Okay, let me start by talking about the kits. I looked at the kits or the proposed kits, and the home and away kits look quite decent, quite impressive, something I would wear. But I was most disappointed when I saw the proposed third kit. It looks too much like Crystal Palace's kit. I hope that's just a throw out to the public to get an initial response. But boy, I'm not feeling that kit to be honest. Not in terms of the stripes. The stripes are quite good, and I love how it fades down into the lower part of the design. But it's the color. If the red could be substituted with say a yellow or a white, then it will fit nicely into the Chelsea's theme. But I'm not feeling the red at all. And when you look at Crystal Palace's kit and our kit, looks too close, people. So I'm not really in favor of the third kit. I saw this other kit. I'm hoping that the third kit is actually this kit and not the previous one, because this kit looks quite nice. Alright, so that's basically my input as it relates to the kit. So let's move on. So it seems like Timo Werner is going to be staying in Germany. By the way, some good news. Football has started in Germany, and it is set to resume. The Premier League is set to resume in England next month. So we're looking forward to those football matches without spectators. Now, we need a striker. I'll be having a rundown of the key areas we need. By the way, watch this video to the end, because I'll be revealing a surprise defensive, possibly surprise defensive lineup we can use if we are not going to get a left back. Alright, so I'll deal with that close to the end of the video, but we'll be talking about the striker position and work our way down. Now, like I said, seems like we're not going to get Timo Werner, but we do need to sign a quality striker, because if we don't, we might run ourselves in problem outscoring our opponents. Alright, so Tommy Abraham might be injured or pick up some injuries somewhere in the season, have to sit out a few games, and then we are back to square one. With Giroud maybe leaving, we might be back to square one, struggling to score. Luckily, we have a playmaker in the person of Hakim Ziyech, who can help to break down the low block teams who are just lay back and being defensive, to try and pull off a 1-1 draw or a 0-0 draw, or maybe get a lucky break, squeeze one in the back of our net and then defend it. So we need that striker up front, and I'll be putting on screen players, some of the popular talked about players who contracts set to expire. Now, if you see on your screen where Willian is contract, Willian, Pedro, Oliver Giroud and Willy Caballero, all those 4 players' contract will be expired after this season. Now, we look at the striker position. If Tommy has an injury, with these players leaving, what are our options? So we see the need to really secure a striker. On the left, you will see my opinion on who I think should stay, who should be sold, and so on. All right. There are players that have not indicated anything on, and it's a given that those players are Chelsea players and they need to be here. So I won't even comment on those players. All right. So those players are key players in the team, and we really need to keep those players. So I'm just commenting on the ones that were debatable over the past 2 weeks or so. So my personal opinion, Willian needed a 3-year contract, but he's privy to only 2 because he's one of those players over 30. I think he has something to offer the team still. I think he is a creative player, he's a good winger, he can cut in across the ball and he scores goal. He also can score free kick penalties and so forth. And he has a lot of experience, he knows the Chelsea system, he can help the youngsters grow. So I think he has a lot to offer. Frank obviously love him. That's the reason why he's pushing for 2 years instead of the normal 1 year for players over 30. So my personal opinion, I think Willian should stay in the club because he still have a lot to offer. So I think Willian should take the 2 years contract and with the possibility of a 1 year extension that will lead to the 3 years he initially wanted. Alright, it's sad to see him go, but the reality, he may leave at the end of the season. Next we go on to Pedro. Pedro may leave. I think he wants to leave. I think he wants to explore other opportunities. So I have no objection with him leaving, although he has something to still offer to the team, but I don't think I'll object much to him leaving, but he has done great for Chelsea and we thank him for that. Then we move on to Olivier Giroud. He may leave as well, but I think based on his recent performance and what we know he's capable of, I think Frank may want him to stay, and I think Chelsea on a whole want Olivier Giroud to stay, and my personal opinion, I think he should stay, right? Because let's say we don't get that quality striker we're looking for, then in case of an injury for Tommy, then Olivier Giroud could fill the gap. Also, it gives us a dimension, it gives us the possibility of playing the 4-4-2 system, which we hardly play, but it gives us the opportunity or the flexibility of having 2 strikers up front. And Giroud is very clinical. One of the problems is he's not getting enough service in games that he doesn't really score. He's not getting enough service. But with Reece James now in the mix, and obviously we'll get a left back who will provide the crosses, and of course we have Ziyech who definitely will provide assists. We know that he can finish. He's a good finisher, and I think in the absence of a quality striker, Giroud should be the man to partner with Tommy up front. That's my personal opinion. Next we move to the backup goalkeeper, Willie. I think he may leave, and I think he has done good service for the club, and I think his time is expired, and we should get a quality goalkeeper to partner with Kepa, because 1, Kepa can pick up an injury, 2, Kepa can fall back off form again. We don't know when he will be on form or off form. He has not been so consistent, so we need someone who can consistently hold the goalkeeping duties for us, and I think we should sign a quality goalkeeper. Not to undermine Kepa though, but to also strengthen him, because having 2 quality goalkeepers fighting for the #1 position, we know that our goalkeeping will be in safe hands for the next 5 to 10 years, because Kepa is probably only about 24, going 25, so he can be there for the next 10 years until he's about 35, if he performs, right? So my pick, as I said before, would have been Onana, and I think that's the person we should get. Personality-wise, he is a good character. He's very humble, and he is a fighter. He will stop the ball from going to the net. At all costs, you know, he'll throw down his life on the line just to prevent the ball from going in the back of the net. He's a sweeper keeper, and I think we should sign him. Right? In difficult times, we need that kind of sweeper keeper to hold the fort for us. All right. So, thanks, Willie, and all the best. Now we move to Michi. I think he should be sold. He has been given a lot of chances over and over again to prove himself, and he's just not delivering. Alright, so I think he should be, and I think he's a waste to have a potential, because he has the potential and he reached an age where he should be in his prime, right? Mid to late 20s, he should be in his prime. So I think he should be sold to a club who needs a striker who he can spare the attack for that club, rather than being in our system sitting on the bench, because now Olivier Giroud is now our second choice striker. So there will be hardly any game for Michi if Giroud stayed, or if we should sign a quality striker. So I think it's best for us to sell him. He has a year left on his contract, and I think we should sell him and try to get a little money off him than have him on the bench deteriorating and not progressing. Alright, so we'll skip over to Emerson. Now, Emerson is a young player with potential, but I'm not sure he suits the Chelsea system. I think he should be sold, and I think we should get a replacement for him. Now, the left back is an area where majority of our of the known left backs in the world have been linked to Chelsea. Every single left back, every single quality left back in the world have been linked to Chelsea FC. Just to name a few, we have Teles, Tagliafico, Ben Chilwell, David Alaba, who can also play centre back as well, and the list goes on. Right? There is one quality person who have not been linked to Chelsea. Is my favorite. I don't think Frank really looked at him, or Chelsea really looked at him, or any of the scouters. But when I looked at him extensively, I see this guy have some quality. I think he's from France. Lucas Digne reminds me of Ashley Cole, and I think we should start looking at him. He's really of great quality. So probably he's the only quality left back we have not really looked at. But trust me, Lucas Digne, he has. I don't think he have any weakness of such, and he's a goal scorer. He's great defensively, great attacking, and he can cross the ball. So I think Emerson should be sold. On the other hand, I think Marcos Alonso should stay. The reason being is that Marcos has something to offer in terms of in the case where we change formation and having a wing back. He is the key person in that kind of system, and he's a goal scorer. He scores quite a bit of goal for a left back player, right? He scores more goals than probably all of the persons who have been linked to Chelsea, except I think Telles might have scored one more than him, and a certain or David Alaba, and a certain. But I think he's probably second in terms of most goal scorer for his club. He has a good shot. He can strike the ball, and he is a competent left back. Just that he doesn't have the pace. That is his shortcoming. If he is the same quality player and have the pace, then our left back would be secure. So two things we would need from him is the pace, so he can probably do a little bit more speed drill, and the crosses. Once we get those from Marcos Alonso, I think he'll be a world-class left back. So I think he still has something to offer to Chelsea. So I think he should remain in the club, and moreover, he kicks good free kicks as well. All right. So moving along to Jorginho. Jorginho has been linked to other clubs in recent times, Juventus and company. But I think Jorginho should remain in the club. He has his experience. He's a vice captain, and he has a wealth of experience. He's a good player. I think sometimes he makes bad decisions defensively that cost us. But going forward, he's a really good player. I remember one game, I don't remember who we were playing, but we were kind of struggling, and Jorginho came on and changed the game totally. And I think in the end, we won that game, right? So he's a very good player we should keep. And also, in terms of going for a championship medal or trophy, let's say we have drawn the game and it's extra time and we need to go to penalty shootout. Jorginho is a sure-footed person who 9.5 out of 10 times he will score his penalty. So having Jorginho scoring either the first or last penalty in a penalty shootout give us a huge advantage. So there are key factors about surrounding Jorginho where we really need to keep him. Let's say we have injuries in the midfield. Conte, Billy Gilmore are out for a couple of matches. Then we can rely on Jorginho. So I think he should stay. He has a lot to offer, and that's my opinion. Now moving on to Ross Barkley. This is a tough decision. He is a young player. He plays for England. Simply means that he has some quality. That's one of the things that why we keep holding on to him, although he failed us drop our form sometime, but it's because he plays for the national team. It simply means that he has some quality and something to offer, and he still can learn because he's young. He still can learn, and this decision is entirely up to Frank Lampard whether he see him as a key player in the future. So whatever happens with Ross Barkley, it's fine with me. It's neither here or there. We can sell him or we can keep him. But whatever happens, I know that he has something to contribute. So that's a rundown on those key players that are linked to either leave because of contract expiry date or because other clubs are interested, or lack of performance. The midfield is pretty solid. We have some quality players, so I don't think we need anybody in midfield. But if both Pedro and Willian is leaving, I think we need another winger because in terms of injuries, we have some competent wingers. We have Mason Mount can play in the middle or he can play on the wing. We have Callum Hudson-Odoi, we have Pulisic, and now we have Hakim Ziyech. Now we need a replacement, just one replacement for either Pedro or Willian. It could be Sancho or it could be any one of the other guys who are linked with us. Mainly because if there's an injury, then we have a backup winger. So it would be good if we sign a winger, and one good person who could be a winger for us, and he plays in multiple position is Hakimi. He's a playmaker, he's a goal scorer, and he's a creative player. He could be considered because I think he'll be a lot cheaper than Sancho. Alright, so we move along to the mystery reveal, and that is Koulibaly have been linked to Chelsea for quite some time, and in previous videos I said I'm not an advocate in getting a centre back because I think we have 4 quality centre backs, and I stand by that. We have 4 quality centre backs. Potentially can be world class players if they develop. The problem is they just need to work together. We need to find the right 2 combination who can work together. And like I said before, most of the goal scorers are not fault of the centre back, but those goals are as a result of poor form from the goalkeeping. Nevertheless, I looked on Koulibaly and I was quite impressed. Right, I think he can help our centre backs to be world class, and I think he can do justice to our defense. Although I said we don't need a centre back and we need a left back, but to sum it up, we just need 1 defender. We don't need to waste money and buy 2 defenders. So if we're not going to get a quality left back, I think we should just get a centre back. And here comes my mystery reveal. So let's say we get Koulibaly in central defense, then Tomori could be groomed as a left back. Yes, that is the mystery reveal. Tomori, I watched him. He is competent with his left foot. He can score, he can strike the ball, and he can also cross the ball if needs be. And he has pace. That is very important. So if he is groomed as a left back, I know he will be the next Ashley Cole, if not better. So having a quality centre back like Koulibaly partnering with one of the other 3 players, whether it's be Christensen, Zuma or Rudiger, we can now convert Tomori into a left back, and he will be a world class player. Mark my word for that. So if I know that Chelsea or Frank not looking at that option, but if that option is ever thought of, I know that it will work. That will be just a solid back 4 with Reece James on the right, Koulibaly in the centre partnering with either Rudiger or one of the other 2 guys, along with Tomori at left back. I know that will be a solid defense. Alright, so that is my coverage and update as to what I think about what's going on with Chelsea. So I'm looking forward to big things. I've not heard of anything as it relates to any other signings confirmed, which is really disappointing. I think we should go for the quality players quickly so we don't lose them. Right, so if we don't have to sign a bunch of players, but if we sign the goalkeeper, Onana, if we sign 1 defender, either a world-class left back or a world-class centre back, move Tomori to the left back position, that will be 2 signings, and we need a striker, especially if Giroud leaving. That will be 3 signings, and then we need a winger. So 4 quality signings could be it for us. So whether the winger is going to be Hakimi, Coutinho, Sancho, whoever, Jeremy Boga, whoever it is, having at least 4 signings along with Ziyech, and know that we'll have a quality team can challenge for the trophy. Alright, so that's my input so far, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and give me some comments. Let me know what you think about what I've said, if what I've said makes sense, and give me your suggestions. I need the suggestions so I can get ideas to provide you with more videos. So God bless, and keep the blue flag flying high for all your Chelsea supporter, and for everybody out there, keep supporting us, because I am the founder of Chelsea Jamaica, and we are in the process of being official club, which is going to be Chelsea Kingston Jamaica, and we're open for great things as it relates to our support to the club. God bless and stay safe.